Hi, friends. It is Miss Cooper here um, with another mini lesson. This mini lesson is on a new note. It is that note on the screen right now. So if you can take a minute, pause the video, and think about it, or use your resources to find out what that new note is. If you counted up your spaces and you knew that space spells face, and you knew that that new note is high C, then you are super, super, super correct. So high C, if you look at the fingering chart, looks a lot like high D. They're very, very similar. But for high D, we don't use the thumb. For high C, C means yes in Spanish and sounds like the letter C. So we say C, 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 yes, use the thumb for high C. So high D, we don't use the thumb. High C, we do use the thumb. The front of the recorder does not change. So if you already know what high D, or you should know what D is in class when we were still seeing each other in person. But if you don't remember, then I suggest that you go back into the Google Drive and find the mini lesson about high D, because that can help you out there. High C is the same, except for we put the thumb on. That's why the thumb is so important for high D, because without it, you're playing the wrong note. So if I stop that, and so this is high C, this is high D. If I was to demonstrate it using a pencil, this is high D, this is high C. For high C, we C, 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 yes, use the thumb, and it sounds like this. So take your recorder, make sure that you have high C. We're still not using our right hand yet. We won't use our right hand for purple belt. We'll only use our right hand when we start doing blue belt. Make sure your right hand doesn't have anything pressed down. Have your thumb and just your second finger on the front of your recorder of your left hand, and repeat after me. We're going to play some high Cs. Then again. My challenge to you before you move on is to play high C in different patterns. See if you can play it using tatis or eighth notes. See if you can play it with half notes or ta'as. See how long you can hold a high C. All different kinds of patterns that you can think of. And also start practicing going back and forth between high C and other notes. For our purple belt song, the most common note that we're going to be going back and forth between is B to high C. So practice doing that change. B, high C, B, high C. Flip-flopping those fingers instead of adding them like we do with B and A. So that's all you need to know about high C. Make sure that you practice high C before you move on to the purple belt. It doesn't have to be for a ton of time, but I really make sure that you're not squeaking on that high C before you start talking about the purple belt, because it's really important that we're playing the notes the right way before we start learning the songs, right? So if you have any questions or concerns, please, please, please don't hesitate to ask. And as always, friends, happy music making.